What? What? We did it. What? What happened? What happened?
Jesus Christ, Allison!
Allison!
Allison, God!
Yeah! Yeah!
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Your boy Ryan LFC back again, guys. Another top shelf video for you guys today. I want you guys to go and check out Cards Blog. Use the coupon code Ryan LFC to get 10% off your order. Everything will be down in the description. It's a perfect FIFA card for your loved one or for yourself. You can get your own picture on it. You can rate your own self. You can get a club logo, and also you can get your country logo on it. It's a perfect gift card for someone who loves football or your girlfriend or your boyfriend. Enjoy the video.
There you go, I can hear now. Hello! Hello everyone. Welcome back to another preview. Match week 15, I think. Let me just double check which match week we're doing today. Alright, this is match week 15, yeah, match week 15. We've got loads of games. Obviously, there's a big game for Chelsea on Monday. Not Monday, say tomorrow morning, the early kickoff. That's going to be the early kickoff tomorrow. And obviously, we play 3 o'clock as usual. Playing on 3 o'clock game. So obviously, we'll have a live score of all the other games playing at 3 o'clock. So you guys can be kept up to date. But yeah, obviously we got a 4-1 win over Everton. Great game. You know, after losing to West Ham, we've bounced back with 4 wins and only 1 goal conceded. That's brilliant by Liverpool. What a comeback by Liverpool. We lose 3 to West Ham. We beat Southampton. We beat Arsenal 4-0. We beat Southampton 4-0. We beat Porto 2-0. And then we beat Everton 4-1. That's exactly what we wanted after losing to West Ham. We said we wanted a comeback, and we got a comeback. We got 4 victories back to back and only 1 goal conceded. So well done, Liverpool. We finally broke the Goodison Park hoodoo and finally won a Goodison Park in a long time with a 4-1 victory over Everton with a 9th minute goal by Jordan Henderson, then a goal by Mohamed Salah, then a goal by Demarai Gray, then another goal by Mohamed Salah, and then a winner by Diego Jota. Absolutely built of a goal by Diego Jota. Brilliant goal. So how does everyone in the chat feel about today's game? How do you guys? No, it's tomorrow's game. So we'll be live from 2:30. So let me know, guys. How do you guys feel about the game? So let me know, guys, how do you feel about the game? Obviously, we're playing Wolves. Wolves have been playing good. They've had back-to-back 0-0 draws. They drew 0-0 away to Norwich, I think. I think they drew 0-0 in Norwich. So look at Wolves' last 5 games, right? So Wolves beat Everton 2-1. Then they lost 2-0 to Crystal Palace. Yeah, then they beat Crystal Palace beat them 2-0. Then they beat Wolves. Then they beat West Ham 1-0. And then they drew the Norwich and drew the Burnley. They had back-to-back 0-0. So they had 2 clean sheets in a row. Something to be wary of. I'm going to send a link over to Conroy. Conroy wants to jump on quickly. All right, yeah. So you reckon 2-1? I think Wolves are good. Be aware of Raul Jimenez. Raul Jimenez is a baller. And also, we've got to be wary of people like Adama Traore. Adama Traore might be crap at finishing, but if he gets that running behind, the speed he's got, he could lay the ball to Raul Jimenez and Raul Jimenez will finish it. Agreed. They haven't been winning. Sorry. They haven't been winning a lot lately, but they've just had back-to-back clean sheets. Of course, they haven't beaten Norwich. Maybe lacking up front. What are you doing at home? What are you doing at home? I thought you'd be at work.
Bro, continue. Don't disrupt the preview. Continue, bro. Continue talk. Don't disrupt the preview. Continue about Wolf. Continue talk about the game.
I'll finish what I was going to say, Ryan.
Yeah, massive game for Liverpool. I'm really looking forward to see how Liverpool approach this game. Away again against a good Wolf team. Probably not the Wolf team we know 2-3 years ago, but I'm expecting it's going to be a very difficult game for Liverpool. And I strongly believe this Liverpool getting into them rhythm. They scoring goal for fun, score the most goal across Europe in the top 5 leagues. So for me, right now, our confident I'm super excited to see what Liverpool going to bring to the table in this game. But let us see what's going to happen, man. It's going to be tough. I think Liverpool back to the elite. I know it's going to continue. I'm just hopefully we can get 3 points against a very good Wolf team away from home. So yeah, over to you.
Very good to see you, Ryan. You back. Adama Traore, right? He's a bit like Timo Werner, right? He's not very good at finishing, but if he's so fast, so if you let him go past your defence, he could go in right behind, pass the ball into Jimenez, and Jimenez will put it in. So, ask what I'm worried about is Adama Traore, because if he plays on the wing fast, like how Everton going behind us, we could be smacked, which I don't think we will, but I think this is going to be a very close game. Because I do think they're very good. Adama Traore is very good in running in behind. Raheem is very good. But also, you've got to take into fact, Ryan, they've just had back-to-back clean sheets. They might not, they might be Norwich and Burnley, but in the last 2 games, they haven't conceded a single goal. So we've got to take that into account. And
Definitely. But this game still, I'm expecting Liverpool to win this one again. The brilliant form Liverpool in right now. It's very difficult for a team to stop Liverpool at this moment, especially when in the rhythm. When Liverpool play a lot of game, the best you're going to see out of Liverpool. For some reason, I don't know. But when they play more game is the best. I think every Christmas Liverpool have a fantastic December, but when it reach over to January, February, we kind of get a little bit tired. I think club should rotate the team. Yeah, you should rotate the team after this game against Wolf. Rotate the team, keep the leg fresh. So that means when it touch January, February, we can make sure that we keep and stuff.
Remember, Ryan, we've got Milan on Tuesday, so this is going to be a great chance for us to do big rotations. But the thing is, I don't think he'll want to rotate because remember, we have a chance to break a record on Tuesday. If we win on Tuesday, we'll be the first British team in Champions League history to win be unbeaten in the group stages. And not unbeaten, but to win every single game. So I think he'll play strong, but also, Tuesday will be a game I don't mind dropping points to because, I wouldn't mind seeing AC Milan somehow get a win and Atletico Madrid go to Europa League. I would laugh. I obviously want us to win every single game, but I think if we were to lose, it wouldn't be that bad because it means Atletico Madrid, bye-bye. Off to go to Europa League you go, after revenge for what happened a few years ago.
Most definitely. For me, if we can rest as much as possible,
I think you make a few changes, Ron. I think you make a few. Who would you play on Tuesday, Ron?
We will see when we get to that game. We'll focus on Wolf. So let's move on. So what's your starting lineup for this game?
Give me a second.
So big up to everybody in the chat. Circle up, big up yourself. Sebastian, big up yourself. Good to see you, Sebastian. Enough love and enough respect. Big up to Coach Karome. Who else in the chat? Big up to Loud Music. Big up to everybody.
So yeah, one change, Ron. Canate in because Matip wasn't good enough against Everton.
Yeah, and for me, if Canate come in, for me, I'm not too worried about it. I think Canate is a very good player. Joel Matip has been doing great. So yeah.
I agree. Matip's been doing very, very great, but he had a very off game versus Everton. He made a lot of mistakes to let Everton the game behind. Obviously, Alisson was very good, and Virgil was very good. But it wasn't a very good game for Matip, and I think hopefully Matip can bounce back. But I think he's been playing a bit too many games, Matip. So I'm so happy, Ryan, though, that it's been both. How many months has it been? It's been 3 months. It's been 3 or 4 months, and we haven't had Matip with a single injury yet. That's ridiculous, bro, for Matip. Not one injury.
That's good news. That's good news.
Bro, have they given him robot legs or something, bro? Because normally he's got an injury, but yeah, for me, bro, I think that the team we've been playing recently, there's no reason to change it, is there? There's no reason to change it. So I'd only go Canate there because I think Matip's not been good enough. Last game, Canate can come back in, and then obviously Canate can then start against Milan. So I think Canate. That's my lineup. What about you, Ron? What would you change?
I wouldn't change anything. Diego Jota up against him former team. I'm expecting to score on them. Also, we should expect a few players coming back on the bench, like a Roberto Firmino, Axel Chamberlain. Axel Chamberlain was there for a long time, but I'm expecting to see Roberto Firmino come off an injury. So hopefully he can get a little bit of game time against.
And Keita, of course. I forgot Keita's back in training as well. That's great.
So player coming back at the right time, and I am really, really happy about that, and I'm really looking forward to see that.
To be fair, a lot of people are going to be saying, Keita's injury pin and that kind of stuff. I do agree with that, but I think the reason he was out for such a long time, Ryan, this season is because when Pogba made that tackle on Keita, he was hurt, but he was okay. We played him then in the next game, and I think we kind of rushed him a little bit too quickly, and that made him a little bit too injury. So hoping, Ryan, Keita is better back to his best, because we want to see that Keita that played against Man United and all these games, because he was so good, Ryan. So, and Harvey Elliott's back soon, so hopefully in January, bro. I'm hoping in January, let's say if Salah, Mane do go and Keita do go to the AFCON, we're gonna have, no injuries. That's what we. So let's do our score prediction. I'm going 2-1.
I'm going. For some reason, we're just conceding a lot of goals, so might as well I go 3-1 Liverpool win.
Good. All right. Well, let's move on to this week's games, Ryan. Let's start off, Ryan. London Derby. Early kickoff. West Ham versus Chelsea.
Where is this game playing?
London Stadium, and Chelsea haven't got a good record there, if I believe.
Well, I'm going with a 1-1 draw in that game. I think it's going to be pretty close. West Ham coming off a loss against a very good Manchester City team. So I'm expecting them to rebound. They are going to be at home. Most of the top team this season, they have been getting points at home. So I'm expecting to see them get something off this game. So I'm going with a 1-1 draw.
I think they will win, but I'm going to go for a shock prediction. I'm going to go for Chelsea win, but you're going to see where I'm going to go. I'm going to go for a shock prediction. And the reason is, I don't think Marcos Alonso is good on the left-hand side. I think since Chilwell's been gone and they've had injuries, then they're really bad. Like, bro, against Watford, Chelsea were they weren't the better team. Watford were better than Chelsea, but they had a champions performance. Like us, in the 1920 season, there were games where we were utterly rubbish, but we still got that victory, and that's what they did against Watford. And for me, they will get a victory, but they will concede 2 goals. I'm going Chelsea 3, West Ham 2. I'm going. I have a feeling Antonio and Benrahma are going to score, and then I think I can see a hat trick from Lukaku if he starts. So, yeah, I'm going 3-2. I think Chelsea to continue and to have another Champions performance, but I can see 2 goals because of the left hand side. So Klopp's gone same as you, 1-1. Next up, Ryan. This is going to be a boring game. Newcastle Burnley. That's going to be boring.
Newcastle haven't won a game as yet in the Premier League, bottom of the table. They're at home. Yeah. So probably they win their first game of the season at home. So I'm going with a Newcastle win. 2-1. They're conceding a lot of goals. So 2-1.
I'm going 3-1. 3-1. I'm going 3-1 Newcastle. Just saying Newcastle have to win at some point. If they can't win today against Burnley, I think they're going down. So I think 3-1. Wolves Liverpool, and then the next game at 3:00, Southampton Brighton. Obviously, Brighton just come off a 1-1 draw over West Ham. Southampton. Did Southampton play? Southampton came off a 2-2 draw against Leicester. Very good performance by Southampton. Unfortunately, they conceded 2 goals. I'm going with this one. I'm going another draw. I'm going another 2-2.
For me, very good performance by Southampton. Unfortunate they didn't get 3 points from that game, but they I think I'm impressed with Southampton how they has been playing this season. So I'm going with a Southampton win 2-0.
Nice. Next we go on, Ryan, to Watford Man City. I'm going 3-0 City, because obviously they haven't got a striker. This is why I think if they had a striker, they would do like I did a few years ago and go loads of 5-0s, 4-0s, but they haven't got a striker. Oh no, look who's here. Mr. Conroy's here.
Hello, Conroy.
All right, guys, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Connor, good to see you, bro.
Good to see you. Sorry, guys, I just got in from work there.
No problem, no problem, no problem.
Oh, so what are we chatting about? Wolves, what are we thinking the score is going to be?
I said 2-1. We always seem to get 2-1 over there. If I remember correctly, last season we didn't concede a single goal against them, didn't we? We had 2 clean sheets against them, I swear, last season.
Yeah, it was 3-0. Was it 3-0?
We
Or
have
was it 4-0? Was it 4-0 at Anfield or 3-0? Because I think, is
I
it
think
Matt
it was
scores?
4. I think Semedo scored own goal.
Yeah, and then at Wolves Stadium, it was, what was the score at Wolves? Was it 2-0 we won?
No, I remember now. Yeah, it was 1-0, and Jota, their former player.
Yes, he did, because then we
Internet's gone.
scored. And then I think Patricio got injured on the back of that. I remember that.
Oh yeah, I remember that. It was like you were really worried about him and stuff. Luckily it was fine, but it's a bit scary. Those kind of injuries. So,
No, of course.
but
So,
come on, you go.
no, it's fine. What were you going to say, mate? On you go.
I was going to say that, as I said to Ryan at the beginning of the preview, we all know that Adama Traore isn't a great finisher, but he's rapid. He's rapid. And with the amount of times against Everton I saw us in mistakes in their Everton win behind, I'm worried that if Adama Traore gets input behind, you won't score, but he lays off to Jimenez. Jimenez will finish it because he's a top striker.
Yeah, no. To be fair, in the past, I think 2 years ago that kind of happened. I think Robbo, or the whole team, got done by Traore, but I think he was in very good form then. I don't think he's in the same form now. What I would say against Traore is you are right. On his days, he's a nightmare for anybody, but he doesn't have those days too often. I think there's way, because his end product's pretty average. There's ways of defending against him, so like you can kind of lead him into a corridor that he's probably not going to get out of. So that's why I think Traore, when he's on form, is you can maybe lead him on his right or lead him inside and he can just go and beat any player. But I feel like he'll maybe run into corridors at the moment, and his final cross is not great. So I think defensively we'll have enough to deal with that. However, don't get me wrong, he is one of those players. He's so hit and miss, but when he's on it, he really is on it. But I think we'll be okay. I think defensively, fair point, mate. There has been stages where we've looked a bit. I wouldn't even say sometimes we've looked more open, but I think that's because we're playing like more expansive. So you've got kind of Thiago and Fabinho, and Henderson's been allowed to roam a bit more. So sometimes we're a wee bit more open. But I think tomorrow, I think we'll just have that much control that I think it'll be okay. I think that there has been stages this season where we've definitely either been too complacent. It's either we've been too complacent, or it's been a case of that we're still getting used to this tweak to the formation, and we're not. We've still got some game management to improve on, because the Everton game, the goal we conceded, you could probably look back and say it was just one of those things, but I think our game management's got to be slightly better. But I think that'll get there. I think it's not exactly the same formation; it's a little bit different. So I think that's the reason. But Traore, yeah, he's good, mate. But I think hopefully he's one of his quiet days tomorrow. And because he's done us a few times, but I think we'll be okay tomorrow.
Yeah, as I said, I think a 2-1. I'm not saying I don't think Troy is going to be whatever. I just have a feeling that, Val is trying to do his best right now.
Jimenez is great, yeah.
I think
finisher.
we said this last season, Conroy, that we wanted to sign Jimenez because I think he's a top striker. I just think that at the moment I think he's still a bit worried about using his head because of that injury. Because cracking your skull is serious. Any more centimeters towards the brain, he could have been brain damaged.
Yeah, I'm surprised
thankfully,
he's still playing. He's back playing. That in itself is quite amazing. The only example I can remember is obviously Czech. But Czech's a goalkeeper, so you're never using your head. So for a striker to come back, I can understand that one. It's maybe going to take him time, but he's been doing decent, hasn't he? He scored 3 goals this season, 4 goals this season.
Obviously they've drawn the last 2 games 0-0. Then they lost to Palace 2-0, and so the last time they scored, Jimenez scored. That was against Everton.
Yeah.
They beat Everton 2-1, and it was I can't remember who scored. It was There's another good player in the Wolves team, which I really, really like, and I think he's a player that, when we played Salzburg, absolutely spun our defence.
Yeah, Wang, yeah, very good.
Hwang
player.
Yi-chan, he's good. Like, I remember
He's been a
that
good
game,
signing for them.
the 4-3 win. He absolutely sat Van Dijk on his ass.
Yeah, he was good. He didn't really work out for him at Leipzig, but obviously this move's worked out quite. He was good at Salzburg, went to Leipzig, didn't score a lot, and now this move's going quite well for him. He's a good player as well. I think Wolves have got. Well, I actually quite like Wolves under this manager. I actually think they've played some good stuff. I think they're a project. They're trying to improve the style of football. And get used to the tactics with this manager. But I actually think he's done decent. To be honest, I think they will improve that Wolves team. So it's going to be interesting to watch them tomorrow, because obviously we'll watch them in a game where we're watching every second of it, unlike every Wolves match against Liverpool, because Liverpool's obviously our team. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Is there any other players that you maybe a bit would you've maybe caused
What about
concern in the Wolves
Pedro?
team?
He's back from injury. Pedro Neto.
No,
No,
he's
no, no,
still
But
quite
he has the same injury as Gomez, patella. If I'm correct, I think he's back next year. He's proper bad injuries. It's a proper
really bad apparently. Yeah.
Ruben Neves, I think, if there's a free kick opportunity at the edge of the box, I'm scared of Ruben Neves, because that guy can score screamers.
Yeah, no, it's very good. He's not scored that many goals in the Premier League, is he? I mean, he scored quite a few, don't get me wrong, but I agree. I think he's got a great strike. I actually think sometimes he maybe he shouldn't shoot more, because Wolves fans would probably disagree with that, but I think he's like technically very good. I'm surprised he's not scored more goals in the Premier League. But yeah, I think he's a very good player. What I would say is he's maybe one of those players who he probably needs a move soon, because I think his stock's slightly lowering. Like, he's maybe not getting the opportunities that he was maybe when he first got promoted with Wolves. There was interest, like people were saying Liverpool, United. It seems to be like, oh, he's a really good player now, but I don't know if the same teams are in for him. So I feel like he's maybe one of those players who might have to make a decision in the summer to go to if there's still big teams interested. Because
I think United would be in for him. I think United would be in for him. They need a midfielder.
That's a good shout, actually. I think he'd suit United.
What's your score prediction there, Conroy?
I'm going to go for some reason I'm going for 2-0, even though we'll probably concede, because that's just what we do at the moment. Yeah, always seem to concede. But I'm going to go for 2-0. I actually think similar to the previous times we've went to Molineux, I think we're capable of getting a 2-0. I'd love if we won 4-5 again, but I just think if that can happen every game, it's amazing. But for me, I'm going for 2-0. I think we'll probably score in the first half, hopefully anyway. And then unless something crazy happens, like the West Ham game where Alisson doesn't defend the corner properly and we're 1-0 up, down in the first 5 minutes, because that's the tactics out the window. But I think 2-0 for me. I think Jota will score again against his old team, and I'm actually going to say I'll go for Salah. So Salah and Jota, I think it'll be 2-0. I'd actually rather take 2-0 than 5-1, because I think we need another clean sheet, because we still keep conceding.
Yeah, I do agree. I would rather 1-0 than a 5-1 at the moment, just because.
Well, that sounds silly, but what I mean is we've had 4-0s. It's just goal. Also, I just think it's we've had a few clean sheets. I think we had Arsenal and then Southampton. So if we can get another clean sheet, that would be pretty ideal. Yeah, and make us look. The defence, just build that confidence again in the defence.
Back to Liverpool 2018, bro. I love that Liverpool where we just score a goal for fun. I don't care how many concedes still.
But do you not think 18-19? See, 18-19 for me was the best balance ever, because we're solid defensively, but we're ripping teams apart as well.
Can I just say this is ridiculous?
No, 19.
No, sorry. Hold on. We won the Champions League 18-19.
17-18.
Listen,
no. We won the Champions League 18-19. We lost in the final.
Yeah, but that year we didn't clinical enough. We score what? B1. We win about 12-1 there.
Yeah, no, but no, that was the Premier League. I'm saying, see, when we won the Champions League, we were like, I thought we were ripping teams apart. When we actually won the league, I didn't think we ripped teams apart. I thought we were like more solid.
There were a lot of 2-1s in that season.
But see, in 18-19, I felt like defensively we were amazing, and attacking wise, when we won 4-0, we destroyed teams. Whereas, see, when we won the league, I think we beat Southampton 4-0. But really, it was like 2-0, 1-0, and then we scored 3 late goals.
Yeah.
So that's fair enough, Ryan, 17-18. I thought 18-19 was a great team. I actually thought they were a better team than the one that won the league, like the way we were playing. But listen, who cares? You're
Is
happy
it
with
is it is it from is it that listen to Chen an interview where he said this year Liverpool playing a little bit more with freedom. He giving them more freedom to play, to make decisions. People say Thiago give away the ball a lot inside the midfield, but if you have a player like a Thiago and a Kevin De Bruyne and Bruno Fernandes, they will lose the ball a lot because they want to try things that the ordinary player will not try. So it's a case that they're going to lose the ball a lot. And for me, Thiago, the goal we score against I think it was Southampton, the second goal where Thiago was trying to make a diagonal ball and it ended up go to a Southampton player inside the midfield and it boom over the Southampton player and then Chen pick it up, pass it, give Salah and Salah pass it back, get Henderson and then Henderson 1-2, bam. Get behind the defense, we get a goal from it. So for me, I think player like Thiago, he will always lose the ball. That's a must because what he do, ordinary player don't do it. He have an eye for the pass and he get into the Thiago we know that play for Bayern Munich and Barcelona because he get a little bit more freedom and then you have Virgil van Dijk behind Thiago, so he look much more comfortable and he wins a lot of tackle. He slide in, he work very hard too. So I'm really excited. Just hope if Thiago can keep fit for the remainder of the season, I think Liverpool will win the league, even without him staying fit. Half of Thiago, we be champion, in my opinion. Steve.
No, I think Thiago's up there, but it's the system. I think, sorry, Jersey, but I think we're more expansive because of Fabinho, Thiago, in my opinion, because like you can kind of play a hybrid of a 4-3-3 / 4-2-3-1 because Thiago can kind of like the balance of being in a pivot, but then like kind of in between, and then Henderson or Ox can kind of bomb more on that right hand side or just like kind of probe more and it allows space for Trent, the wide areas as well. I think if you watched Hendo against Everton, the amount of times he plays an early ball when he gets it to either each side or left or right, you can tell that's been worked on. And I do agree, Ryan. I think to be fair with Thiago though, I wouldn't compare him to like Fernandes because I feel like sometimes he'll try that pass and that's fine, but other times like I think he'll be fine. He's just sometimes lackadaisical. I think it's more because he's that good. He sometimes just like switches off. But
He's smooth on the bar, man. He's very smooth on the bar.
I know, but I think for me that's just a bit of him. Like sometimes he's that good. It's so easy for him sometimes because it's not when he's trying like a hard pass. He gives the ball away. Sometimes he just does it because he's trying to
looking fair. Yeah,
he's trying to scan something. He's passing like a 6-yard pass, but he's trying to think about spaces. And he does it. But do you know what? It's not really a big deal. It's just one of those things. Some players like that are slightly lackadaisical in certain moments, but for what you're getting, that's a small price to pay, I feel anyway.
Yeah.
So I was looking at this quickest stat, which is exactly what Cohen was talking about, and this is why we need a clean sheet. Edouard Mendy, Alisson, and Edison are all on the same amount of clean sheets. That's how crazy this top 3 race is. We've all got the same amount of clean sheets. 8, 8, 8. That's ridiculous.
So do it matter right now?
No.
Individual award for me. I don't really care about.
No, I don't care about that. I'm just saying how many times it gets you. But there's another stat, which is crazy, which I didn't actually realise till the Everton game.
So what are the clean sheets are on, Jersey? What is the clean? How many numbers are they on each?
7, I think 7 or 8.
7.
But they're all on the same.
That's quite a crazy stat that they're that close. Like just the teams that close.
But here's the craziest fact, which I didn't realise to Everton. Have you realised that every single game we've won this season in the Premier League without Everton game, we didn't concede?
We didn't concede.
No, every single game except the Everton game, we didn't concede a single goal in the game.
Oh no, I saw that last night. Actually, someone
Brentford,
said
all the games we conceded have been draws or losses. If you look at it, every single game, if it wasn't for the Murray Gray goal, we would have been every game this season. No goals conceded.
But I could look at it the other way. I could say as soon as we concede, we panic. So Like,
Yeah,
you know what I
that's
mean?
very true. That's very true.
That's a good stat actually. That's a very good stat. No, it's because Brentford, we kind of turned it into a basketball match and we didn't finish our chances. Brighton were the better team on the day. Absolute masterclass by Graham Potter, and we were poor that day. And West Ham, obviously, 3 goals from corners, poorly defended from us, and there was 3 individual errors. But it's kind of good that we won by conceding the other night. That's a fair point, mate. Maybe we should win another game by conceding. I'm maybe going to change.
That's why I want a
said
clean
there.
sheet tomorrow. I want
Yeah.
another clean sheet.
Yeah, no, I
Because
want
obviously
another
the problem is we've got the most goals, but we haven't got the least goals conceded. The least goals conceded is Chelsea, but Chelsea and City now starting to concede goals. So, because at the end of the season, you never know. This might all go to goal difference. So yes, we've got a gap by the goals we've conceded, with the goals we've scored.
Brings the
But
confidence
the
up
problem
as
is the
well,
amount of goals we've conceded is bringing the goal difference down.
Yeah, it brings the confidence up, I think, as well, because obviously Virgil's not 100% yet, so we want to try and get the confidence back in the team. As I say, I think we'll be fine tomorrow. Be interesting to see how it goes, but another 3 o'clock kickoff, that's 2 Saturdays in a row, so hopefully it's the same result as the last 3 o'clock kickoff. That would be nice.
I don't like 3 o'clock kickoffs because I can't watch the bloody game.
Ryan, can you watch the game? Is it where are you, Canada? You get NBC?
No, I have Zone.
So Ryan will be able to tell us what's going on live, and Yusuf, but I won't be able to know what's going on. I'll be like 2 minutes behind.
Mate, if you ever want to check the score, just go on Twitter, because Twitter is the fastest place ever. Like, if you just refresh, you'll find out straight away.
The really cool thing is, obviously, what I really like is I actually want more of the games to be on Amazon Prime, and it's because it's the only time I can watch a game on my computer and be exactly in time.
Yeah.
Because I was watching the game, I was like exactly in time. And unfortunately,
that might happen in the future, mate. That, like, I think Ryan, is it the Zone you've got? Did you say, Ryan?
Yeah, I have the Zone.
Yeah.
I have the Zone.
So the Zone's like
how much you guys pay a month?
More than you, because I know how much the Zone is. But it's I think that will happen in football eventually. Be like a Netflix type of thing, like Amazon have. I think that will happen eventually. But what they'll have to see, Ryan, because see in Britain, Ryan, they've got the UK, they've got the 3 o'clock law. So like the 3 o'clock kickoffs can't be shown on live TV. It's a rule that's been there for years, so they'll need to get rid of that rule, and then they can probably get 3 o'clock kickoffs on streaming services. But what is it, like $20 a month, the Zone?
Yeah. So you can, if you buy the Zone, you cannot see it in the UK or in Scotland.
I think there's a few things you can do. You can see like Surfshark, or you change your thing. If you can do that legally, you can change that, but you'd have to change your like your VPN stuff. You couldn't get it like on your computer. You'd have to change your wireless or whatever it is, VPN. I don't know
why they do it, because they want fans go to the game.
That's why they done it originally. But this is like, I think it's like a 50-year rule. It's been there for a long time, probably longer than that.
It's ridiculous. It's because they want more people to go to the games. But the thing is, like, I know some YouTubers, what they do for the 3 o'clock kickoffs, they get a subscription of the Zone, and then they put their VPN to the US.
I think that's legal. I think legally you can do that now. I'm not sure. I might be wrong there, but I think you can.
I think you can because one, you're paying for the subscriptions. You're not watching it, for free. 2, it's not available in this country, so you're just watching in another country.
Yeah. It might be illegal to do the sport. I don't know. I know you can do it for like Netflix and it's legal, but I don't know if for the Zone. But Ryan, if I can get the Zone, I will get the Zone, because that's a great
I will try and get the Zone as well.
Yeah, you get everything. They start to bring everything. They never bring the FA Cup, so you get in the Champions League, you get the Europa League, you get the Conference League, you get the Ballon d'Or, World Cup. I get so much thing on it. You get you get basketball,
Premier League, yeah.
You get football, you get a lot of things on it.
So I'm definitely gonna watch the West Ham Chelsea game on at 12:30, because I think that's gonna be a good game. That.
Yeah, hopefully West Ham can do us a favour.
I've after the worst. So me and Ryan have just started doing our predictions of the other games. I went 3-2 Chelsea, because I just have a feeling that West Ham are going to target Alonso, because he looked really off in that Watford game. And they played Sowell, and Sowell looked really off as well. So I think they will target it, but I just think Chelsea will still win.
Connor, I want to ask you a question. I know you. I'm really biased. You know, when it comes on to Liverpool, I'm biased. I'm biased. So, as you as a fan, you know, you speak facts. Not saying I don't speak facts, but I'm very biased. Do you believe Liverpool have the team to win the Premier League this season? How
No,
much? How much I give them to win the Premier League? Like
no,
10 out of 10.
right now, I'd probably say percentage-wise, I'd say 60-40 Man City. I just think Man City are the experience Liverpool Man City have got for starters. I think is what puts them above Chelsea, and I think we're on our own level right now. Like when we're both got our first teams, I think City, Liverpool, right up there. We could debatably, I'd say, probably got the best first 11 in the league. In my opinion, we do. But you got to account for City's depth as well, because literally, like, I think they had injuries the other day, and they had still had Sterling, Foden, and I can't remember. I think it was Mahrez, whatever, the other day. For me, I still think City are a machine, and I just think we've got a few things we need to tweak first. We're playing very well, but we've seen like Brentford, Brighton. We're not the finished article yet with this kind of little tweak. We're doing very well, and I think when Van Dijk gets back to his full, he's been great, but when he gets back to that as well, that's going to have an impact on us. I think for me, we're going to just have to keep going week by week. People keep telling me it's not going to go to 90 points. Okay, that you're probably right, but I still think it's going to be quite a high point, because I think it's going to be. I'm already thinking Liverpool can't drop any points. Like genuinely, I believe Liverpool need to win every game now to win the league. Give or take maybe one or two, but majority of them they have to win. Because I think City will win most games to the end of the season. I think Chelsea will drop a few points, especially when Chelsea play City and Liverpool back to back. I
Oh,
think
they have them back to back.
back to back. I think Chelsea have got City at the Etihad and then Liverpool at Stamford Bridge. So
Very tough for them, and you saw how good City were
and
against
if
Chelsea.
Chelsea win both of those games, like then you've got to like hold your hands up. Fair enough. But I just think Chelsea will they're not quite at the level of City and Liverpool yet.
I
And
think. Yeah, I believe Liverpool have the as you said, City have the squad. They have the experience. Liverpool have the experience, but not a deep squad to compare to City and Chelsea. But for me with Chelsea, I just something about Chelsea where no, I don't see them win the Premier League.
see, remember when see like in other seasons, I think Chelsea could win the league. Do you get what I'm saying? See, like remember like I just think because like we're at just a higher level than now, like City and Liverpool, because of what's happened in the last couple of years. I think if you put this team into maybe another season, they win the league. I just think because the level's so high, it's going to be the standard is going to be so high that you cannot drop any points. So I might be wrong, but I still think that.
I think Chelsea are a very, very good chance to win the league. I really rate Chelsea highly.
Chelsea no, bro.
It's the attack. I think
How
Chelsea's
can
attack
they?
isn't that good though, Ryan.
How can Chelsea cope without Roman Lukaku for like a month or two?
But they did. They were scoring from all over the place. Reece James, Chilwell, Havertz, Pulisic. They've
How
been
long him
scoring
out
from.
for?
But Lukaku's back now, so I think he might. I think he will start tomorrow. But listen.
Sorry, guys, cut out there.
No, don't worry, man. My internet's having a mare as well. I listen. I really think. I think it's gonna. I literally think this season is going to be 90 plus points. I think it's gonna be. We're gonna end the season either 1 to 2 points close. I think it's gonna be that close. It's gonna be 80, 90, but instead of two teams, it's three.
Yeah, I think it might be 80, 85. That's what I think. I think there might be a few more drop points, but I still think the standard's going to be unbelievably high. Like, do you see City dropping much points?
No, I only see
They're a
City losing
machine.
one more game. I see
They're a
City only losing
machine.
one more game.
Machine, honestly. And I think we can win most of our games as well.
Yeah, we drop. Well, I think only thing is our problem. We lose one game, but you know when you look back at some team like a Brentford where we're leading
The
and
draw.
we drop a lot of points.
You could say those Cities, like everybody's bogey team's different. Like City lost to Crystal Palace 2-0. You know, like we beat Crystal Palace 2-0 at home. So like it's every game's different. You can't compare like your result with another team's result. Brighton thoroughly deserved that. We were lucky to get a draw in that game towards the end because Brighton could have won it.
They had a third goal, didn't they? But it was offside.
Yeah, it was just offside. So it's like that's what I mean. You've got to with that game. In hindsight, I was like, we got it wrong and Brighton got it right, and that was one of them where I was kind of like take the point and just work on what happened. But yeah, I still think the one that's really got to me is I can live with the Brighton and even the Brentford game to a certain extent, even though we actually miss a chance. Salah misses a chance to make it 4-2 in the Brentford game, and then they go and make it 3-3. But everyone was just poor in the Brentford game. The West Ham game is like you start like that way, conceding a goal so early for a mistake. It is what it is. But I think we'll be fine.
As I said before, when Alisson has a mistake, it's not one mistake. He absolutely does it again and again. If you think of it, City,
but we've got
one mistake, two
keeper,
mistakes,
mate.
3 mistakes. West Ham,
all
of the goals were his fault.
What City? What was his fault in the City game?
Do you remember when he kept giving the ball away to Sterling?
But that was last season, wasn't it? But listen, he's the best keeper we've ever had. Like so.
No, I think he's class. I'm just saying that when he's had a mistake, he seems to have.
I get that, mate. But see, when you've got a world class keeper, you just throw that under the carpet. Don't forget about it because like he is like the best keeper. So it's like if he bails us out like 90% of the time. So when he has a mistake, I forget about it because he
No, I've forgotten about it.
I know, but I think I
think about that.
No, I get. So you maybe think he loses his head. Fair enough, mate. I just think in that game when we were the best from set pieces in the league, and we were just not up to it. You know, we conceded 2 set pieces. I don't want to hear anyone saying it's a foul. Keeper's got to be stronger than that. Even if he wins it and he gets fouled, that's fair enough. Got to be stronger than that. It's a contact sport. Remember that. And I just. Yeah, like it is what it is. Alisson, he always gets a bly for me because he's just like unbelievable.
No, Alisson's too good, man. I think he's the best keeper we've ever had. I think he's an absolutely stunning keeper. I love him to bits. What I'm just saying is that I do agree that the West Ham game was the one that pissed me off because of the mistakes. Because that first goal, people were saying, it's foul. I was going, okay, I understand why they might think that, but.
No, that's just because someone's like watching it and it's their team who concede.
You're
it's not
there. It's a corner, and that's how you goal kick. That's not how you should be doing it. I think he should have done better anyway.
No, he needs to make himself dominant.
Twice. The second one, Bowen opened us up really easily at the back, really, really easily, and then Alisson has the ball go underneath his arm.
I know he's kind of like, see if that's just one goal, he's kind of unlucky, but it's because of the mistake. He should do better, but I actually think, see the Mary Gray goal, that was unlucky. Like that's under his feet. I think, see if it's hit his feet, you can't do much about that sometimes, but because it's his arm, he's got to be stronger. But
no,
listen,
there are things that happen with goalkeepers that.
Some keeper, yes. I get what you're saying, mate. I get what you're saying.
And then the third goal, Alisson was too busy trying to hold on to Antonio. Then I'm like,
that's where I blame Alisson.
This whole part of the goal is open.
Yeah.
Go there.
That's
where it happens. Like as I said before, I'm a musician. The best guitar player in the world will make mistakes. I've seen my favorite guitar player make plenty of mistakes live. It happens. No human is perfect.
No, I think every top keeper makes mistakes as well, to be honest.
Messi's not had mares. Ronaldo's had mares.
That's why as a goalkeeper, as a goalkeeper, I don't mind the mistake Alisson make. Because when he make mistake is like 10-2, 15-3. I don't mind that.
I don't think so. I think it's 1 in the whole season. I think if he has a mare, he'll only be once, because the only time he had the real mare last season was City, and this season was West Ham. I only think,
and I think as well last season you've not got as good a team, so you've got more things happening. He's not as protected as well. So I agree. I agree with you, Ryan. I think
it's a situation like that as a goalkeeper. Alisson, what me blame Alisson for? To not tell one of them defender them to take Mikel Antonio off. As a goalkeeper, if you don't comfortable with the centre forward and you as a goalkeeper, you must call one of your
Communicate,
defenders, take him off of me.
Yes.
So at all time, your defender supposed to shield the goalkeeper. I was a goalkeeper, and I don't like when player come close to me. It just get me nervous. You understand?
Yeah, he should have. I think. See, he probably knew West Ham were going to do that, and it just.
They play on it. That's something more they practice.
He just didn't judge it. He just didn't judge it correctly. But the thing is, you got to remember that Alisson still made like some brilliant saves that game. So he had
unbelievable keeper.
He had 3 mares, but after those mares, he still tried to save us from going even more down. And Fabianski had great as well. So that game really annoyed me because if you think about it, if we didn't lose to West Ham, Brentford, we would be top of the league right now.
But these things happen, mate.
But these things happen, and now we've just got to hope that Chelsea have a mare. Hopefully, come on, please, the football gods. I want Antonio to score a hat trick.
Bro, don't do that, bro.
What? Praise the football gods.
Watch a game, bro. Next thing, you pray and then we can't pick a point.
Let's hope, and obviously, I think this is going to be one of the greatest Premier League seasons because it's going to be so close, and I think it's going to be brilliant to the neutrals.
You will see who can cope when it reach New Year. So let us.
Yeah, after January.
After the New Year's, you always see where the title going to go.
I still think us and City are the only teams who can go on an 18 winning streak. Because remember, City last season they won 20 games with no draws, no losses, just wins. Win.
They are doing that, yeah.
And they're doing it right now. They haven't drawn.
One thing we know that Liverpool have a great chance. They're scoring goal. And when they scoring goal, they have a great chance to win the Premier League.
Yeah, 60-40 for me, Ryan. 60-40. 60 City, 40% Liverpool. That's where I am now.
Well, it's 100 for me right now. I don't predict it from
listen, Ryan, we know you're extremely biased, but we know it.
Yeah. Because the reason why I give you the reason, last week I give you the reason. 2, Liverpool, their best summer is not to buy in player, right? The best transfer market is for them player to get rest. Since club come, all of our big player them get a long break, nearly 2 months. So them fresh, they don't have any what I call it, Euro. Most of them was sitting home. Salah sitting home, Mane, Van Dijk sitting home, fresh. Come back in the season.
Also, Virgil was sitting home. He was really I forgot the word.
No man, he was sitting home.
That's the word. I can't bloody say the word.
So for me, they will be there. Liverpool will be there, and it will happen. It will happen. It's coming home back. It's coming home. Don't fool yourself, man.
That's what Demo's correct, but that's what I have. I have a sinking feeling in my stomach that we will actually sign someone in January. I don't know who. There's a rumor going around last night that Liverpool want to sign Adama Traore for £20 million.
Listen, what are we signing?
£20 million.
What are we signing player? We must believe in club. Is have a system. So when we miss Salah, man, it's going to be major. We're not going to score a lot of goals, but we still can cope with them. The likes of Origi, we can see the strength of a develop Origi.
What Trouble Laker says, Luis Diaz is brilliant. I would love Luis Diaz at Liverpool. He's going to cost a bit of money. So
anyway, guys, I want to tell you guys, thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for watching. Like the video, share. Conroy, I really appreciate you coming.
Subscribe to Conroy Talks, guys. Subscribe to Conroy Talks.
Most definitely. So tomorrow will be live.
2:30 p.m.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
2:30, not 3:30. It would be half an hour later for the game. 2:30.
We'll already be 4-0 by then.
I hope so.
Yeah. Hopefully. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. Really, really appreciate it. Until next time, from your boy Ryan LFC, would like to say peace out. Thanks for watching.
Can Jurgen's men rise against every obstacle in front of them tonight? Still Henderson, safe by the goalkeeper, and in by Divock Origi, and Liverpool have scored early. Then Mane's in the middle, there's not much else to aim for. Now there is, it's in! It's Gini Wijnaldum for explanation of what's going on in this game. Early goal, Origi!